How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today's video asks, have you got a genetic inheritance to alcohol? Do you have a gene inside you that says that you're more susceptible to getting hooked on alcohol or addicted to alcohol than somebody else? Genetic inheritance means that, there's something that's been passed down from your grandparents, right? From your great-grandparents, from your great-great-grandparents, and it's been passed to your parents and then onto you, or to one of your parents and onto you. Do I believe it? No. There's always going to be an argument of nature versus nurture, and this is basically says that nature is the genetic argument that says that you're susceptible to this, and as I say, it's passed down through the generations, right? And it's something that is inside of you. It's part that you can't get a hold of and you can't change, right? Nurture, on the other hand, means that it's something which is a part of a process that has started from the day that you were born, and it's bred into you from your parents, from the siblings in your life, from your friends, from your parents' friends, from the environment, from the culture that you lived in, blah blah, all that kind of stuff, right? I'm more on that side, on the nurture side, because it just makes so much more sense to me. If you're brought up in a house with people who smoke, you're more likely to smoke because you're used to the smoke. If you're brought up in a house where people eat a lot of junk food and don't get exercise, then you're more likely to be in that way of thinking as you grow older, right? It's the same thing with the opposite way. If you grow up in a family where people exercise and eat good foods and educate themselves, and you're more likely to have that as a part of your makeup when you get older. Now, I'm a big believer in taking responsibility, right? In me being 100% responsible for myself, for my own actions. In me taking 100% commitment to a decision that I make, thinking about the decision first, making the choice of which decision I'm going to take, and taking the decision and then following through with that, being 100% committed to that, and then having the responsibility to do it. Now, as soon as you start believing in the genetic side of this, that you're genetically predisposed to being an alcoholic, or to having an addictive personality, or having addictive genes, what you're doing is you're taking away from your own power, right? And you're handing it to something which is completely outside of your control. And once you do that, then you're starting from a place of lowered strength immediately, right? You want to start off from a place of as high a strength as possible, as much power that you can give yourself as you possibly can, right? There's absolutely nothing you can do about your genetic inheritance. People are flocking to plastic surgeons day after day after day. Millions and billions of pounds is being poured into an industry that is trying to change certain things about themselves. People have got big noses, they've got big ears, they're bald, they've got small boobs, they've got too big boobs. There's something wrong with them that they see in themselves, a flaw, and that is part of their genetics, and it's something that you're born with. And if you don't like that, what are you going to do? Well, there's plenty of people that will say, yes, there's plenty that you can do. Come into us and give us lots of money. And that's what the alcohol industry is based around. They're based around the fact that they want you to believe that there is a genetic flaw in some people, right? That this is the reason why there's so many alcoholics in the world, is because these people were born with a genetic flaw, that it's not their fault, right? That it's something that they were born with and they just can't help it. And this is the reason why some people just cannot handle taking alcohol, right? Because they've got this genetic flaw. Now, they'll never tell you that if this was the same case, that these people should be out taking all kinds of drugs, their whole reasoning behind this is that it takes away the focus from the drug that's in the alcohol, right, and puts it completely and squarely on the individual, right? It takes away the individual blame also by saying that it's not even the individual's fault, it's the fact that it's a genetic thing, that they can't help it, right? And most of the other people, the normal drinkers, can help it. But the problem is that alcohol affects everyone in the same way, right? It might affect people differently, but it's a drug, and the drug will affect them in the same way that any other drug will affect them, right? There are tolerances associated with drinking alcohol. There are tolerances associated with taking any other drug. There are tolerances associated with a lot of the foods that we eat. You know, you tend to need to take more in order to get the same feeling. There's so many different aspects of drug taking which happen across the board, regardless of what drug you're taking, whether it's alcohol, nicotine, pharmaceutical drugs that you're prescribed from the doctor, or alcohol. You know, this is a responsibility that you take, right? It's not a responsibility that is forced on your doorstep, right? And it's just such a much more powerful place to start than saying that you've got a genetic makeup. I mean, if you've got something in your brain, if they ever prove it, it's just so much of a better place to start your journey forwards. It gives you so much more power. It allows you to be so much more powerful in whatever you choose to do in your life. If you choose to take that, any change that you're going to make is down to you. It's down to your thinking. It's down to what you do in life. It's down to the actions that you take. And like I say, it just makes things much, much more powerful for you. So that's it for today. If you have any questions at all, leave them down below, or come on over to the website and leave a comment down below any of the posts over there. You can also sign up for our Quit Alcohol Starter Pack, which is just chocker full of different videos and courses, and there's a couple of books in there, and there's another few different little bits and pieces that will give you the best possible start out on this new journey. So come on over there and sign up for that. As soon as you sign up, you'll get a lot of stuff in your email straight away. Until next time, my name's Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Take care of yourself, keep the alcohol out of your mouth, onwards and upwards. Take care. Bye now. Bye.